smart cookie.
Has
anyone ever heard that?
Yes. I like that book.
I
have that.
We're going to read about the smart
I
cookie.
have that.
You have it at home?
Me
Listen, I need all of your listening ears on. It says, greetings, I'm a cookie. I live in a bakery on a street corner near a river. Come on in. Gonna go in the bakery.
I like that.
Welcome to our little community. It's a warm and supportive place to spend some time. Pretty fantastic, huh?
Yeah.
Like we have a classroom community in here, right? They have one in their bakery. Says, these days, life is sweet, but my journey hasn't always been a cakewalk. When I was younger, I couldn't have imagined fitting in here. For a long time, I didn't feel comfortable speaking up or sharing my ideas. I didn't feel like a smart cookie. I wanted to be a cookie who knew all the answers, a cookie who felt confident in a group, a cookie who said, aha, when solving a problem, like this, aha.
You said 2 times.
Has anyone had an aha moment when they're solving a problem?
Yeah.
Reading. Looking back, I had some trouble in my early days. I went to school in a gingerbread house.
What?
Our teacher, Miss Biscotti, was kind and patient. When I arrived each morning, she would wave at me and smile. How many of you are greeted when you come into school with a wave and a smile when you get dropped off in the morning?
Happy.
Yeah, happy. Makes you
My
feel
mom
happy.
always sees it. And it feels like you're at home. And my gingerbread movie.
You like the gingerbread movie? Could you imagine going to school in a gingerbread house?
No.
No.
I love to.
Let's see what
I want to eat all these Christmas stuff.
Okay, listen, ready? But I didn't get, oh, listen, I need y'all to listen, you ready? But I didn't get the best grades. And I never raised my hand because I couldn't think of the answers as fast as the others. And I was the last to finish most of my tests.
Yeah, I wish my baby.
It wasn't because I didn't care, and it wasn't because I didn't try. Sometimes I'd get distracted and mess up. Even though I knew the material, those were the most frustrating moments of all.
I see shorts.
See sharks?
Yes.
Let's see why we have to read and find out why he sees sharks. Once I misspelled the word dough. That was rough. Another time I added when I meant to subtract. Occasionally we'd have a lesson where I just had absolutely no idea what was happening. I just couldn't keep up. I imagined that my desk was a raft and that I was completely lost at sea because that's what it felt like. So that's why he's with the sharks, because he felt like he was at sea. He felt like he was lost at sea at school. He did do the math correct. Oh, that one says 2 minus 2. Remember he said he thought he meant to add, but he accidentally subtracted. At night, I slept in a cookie jar. I had about 6 dozen roommates. Move. You move. No, you move. No, you move. No, you move. I'd stay awake and stare out the window and worry. And if it went this way day after day after day, but then something happened that changed everything. What do you think is going to change? What's going to change?
He's might gonna get our own jar and then put all of his work desks.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Did anyone else have a different idea?
Yes.
What do you think, Ronan?
He'll do homework in there.
He's going to do homework in there?
I know what they because Cookies gonna do homework. Or he should lay down there each other on
Oh, beside each other in a line? Okay, let's see.
He could lay down.
Let's see how everything changed. It all started with a homework assignment. Miss Biscotti requested our attention one afternoon. Tonight, I would like you to create something completely original, she announced. It can be anything you want. Please bring it to class tomorrow. That was it. There was no further instruction. Miss Biscotti winked at me as I gathered my belongings. It felt like I had a million butterflies in my stomach. Create anything? Something original? Due tomorrow? What do y'all think he's gonna get? What do you think he's gonna bring?
A pen and a book. A pencil and a book.
Let's see. It says, when I got home, I immediately went to work. At first, I tried a cooking project, and the results are half-baked. Next, I tried to hammer and nail something. It splintered immediately. Then I tried making a sculpture. It was a complete bust. I wondered if it was about to fail. Yet another assignment. I was stuck. I stared out the window and watched the rain hit the river. There was something mesmerizing about the water, how it moved in such a chaotic way, swirling around and around, yet ultimately figuring out exactly where it needed to go. Suddenly, I had an idea. I decided to write something original.
What? Something original?
Well, let's see what he's going to write. I came up with the title based on how I'd been feeling, My Crummy Days. After that, the rest of it seemed to fall into place. I wrote and I wrote. I lost track of time. An hour went by in a flash. Aha, I said, I was finished. I couldn't sleep that night, but it wasn't because I was worried. It was because I was excited. I felt like I had really accomplished something. I felt smart.
What are you going to make?
The following day, Miss Biscotti asked for volunteers to share what we'd created. One kid showed off his original frosting art. Another kid revealed her sprinkle distribution machine. It was neat seeing how everyone was good at such different things.
I used to have that on my tablet. What about the cookie?
Let's see what he came up with. Finally, Miss Biscotti turned to me. Would you like to share anything, she asked. Gulp. I gulped. I thought I'd probably crumble under the pressure. But I made my way to the front of the classroom. I noticed my hands were shaking and my mouth went dry. Look, he's nervous.
I'm not nervous for that.
You're not nervous?
You're all nervous. I am.
Do y'all think he was able to do it?
nervous.
You think he was able to do it?
Nervous.
This poem is called My Crummy Days, I said, my voice cracking. And then I read it aloud. As I spoke, I noticed some kids nodding at certain lines. Others kids laughed at parts that were supposed to be funny. As I built toward the finale, I felt myself becoming more confident and animated. And in the end, everybody clapped and cheered. I promise you this, I will never, ever forget it. Miss Biscotti was beaming. No one but you could have written that poem, she said. It was completely original.
So you have to eat that cookie. You can't make something. You have to draw something.
He wrote something. He wrote a poem. I had done it. I had created something and shared it with the world. Well, my world at least. The rest of the day was a blur. By recess, I was already planning my next poem. I would call it My Sweet Morning. Aha, I thought when I came up with the title. Later that afternoon, Miss Biscotti handed me a note. It said that I should keep on writing no matter what. And that meant so, so much to me. School was a bit different after that. I wasn't so scared to raise my hand or ask a question or share my work. Sure, some things still don't come as easily for me as they do for others, but now I know that you can be smart in many different ways. You don't have to have the answers to every question or suddenly be great at everything all at once. You just need a chance to try all kinds of things, to find out who you are and what you like to do.
Well, he went off there. I didn't note his head. What?
So as for me, I learned that I can write and I can think up great ideas. And I found plenty of other things I'm good at too. I no longer feel lost at sea. It's more like floating down a river. And the best part is, there's always more to learn because we're all smart cookies.
Those are not cookies.
The end. So he found what he was smart at, and he got confident because we are all smart cookies, right?
Yeah.
I want you to turn to your neighbor and say you're a smart cookie.
I'm a
I need everybody to look up here and listen if you want to be able to do the activity. So since we're all smart cookies, we're going to decorate our own cookie, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but listen, there is 3 different icings that are in a Ziploc bag on your table.
Oh, you want to eat it?
Do not open the Ziploc bag. Me and Miss Killingworth are going to come around and cut a little hole for you to squirt it on the cookie, okay?
Are you going to eat it?
You can eat it after. But listen,
I'm going to get a cookie.
you're going to all get a pumpkin-shaped cookie because it's fall. And Miss Killingsworth read y'all a book about pumpkins, didn't she? Did y'all learn about pumpkins?
Yeah.
So we're going to do a pumpkin cookie, okay? You're going to get a knife to spread out your icing. Oh, Ronan, I need you to look up here nice and neat. Look up here.
No, me eat it. I don't want to
Listen. Oh, I'm going to wait until we're all sitting down and quiet and ready to learn. Ready to listen. Sia, are you ready to listen? Madison Lee, are you ready to listen? Bella, are you ready to listen? You're going to sit down.
I want to eat it.
You're going to sit down and you're going to decorate it. But listen, that cookie does not leave the plate and that plate does not leave the table. Icing does not go on our friends. It goes only on the cookie. Okay? If you have a napkin in case you get it on your hands, you can wipe your hands. But do not put it on your friends. If you put it on your friends, I'm going to take your cookie away from you and you're not going to get to decorate it. Okay? I'm going to give you a knife to spread out the icing. You don't have to use it if you don't want it. But if you want it, you can. But you only pick it up if you're putting it on the cookie. If you're not putting it on the cookie, you don't touch it. Okay?
If you're spreading out the cookie, you get it.
Yes. So when you go sit back down in your seat, do not open that Ziploc bag of icing, okay?
Hey, Miss Stewart, is it going to be a real knife or a plastic?
It's plastic. It's plastic.
Theo, it's not real.
Okay,
I'm not allowed to touch real knife.
No, it's not a real knife.
Every time when I'm
Okay, so I need my red table to go sit down at their seats.